Hey guys, thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you are interested in how I got this look and if you're interested in this wig, I will put a timestamp for this wig review so you can see what it's like with me installing it and all of that. I hope you guys enjoy this video and keep on watching if you want to know how I get less overwhelmed when it comes to creating content. So I've really been wanting to do a little bit more of sit down, chit chat, get ready with me's on my channel. And I was so graciously sent this wig by Beauty Forever in the mail. They are an Amazon affiliated wig store. I figured why not do a cute little chit chat, get ready with me. I'm just gonna be doing my makeup, my hair, but I also just wanted to kind of talk a little bit about content creating and a little bit about my journey and things that I've learned along the way in the last year and a half, basically, when I started taking content creating a little bit more seriously because of the pandemic. So I just wanted to give you guys a list of things that are really helpful for me because I know when it comes to creating content, it can be really overwhelming. I found some things that have worked for me that make me feel a lot less anxious or overwhelmed when it comes to creating content. And also just if you are wanting to become a content creator, these are just some things that have helped me along the way. And I know no matter at what level you're at when it comes to content creating, it can be very overwhelming. The overwhelm, the drama that can happen when it comes to content creating, half of it is unnecessary. This is the packaging that the wig comes in. Like I said, this is from Beauty Forever Hair. They've got a ton of different wigs, different styles, different lengths. The wig that I got is the TL27 lace part wig, and it's got like a silk base fake scalp. This is it right out of the box. I got this in 16 inches. It's got a center part right here, and it's giving you sort of just this fake scalp illusion. It's 150% density. It did come with this really cute headband. Wig caps. That's prime. We all know it can be very overwhelming. Some people have their forte. Some people are better at being in front of the camera. Some people are better at editing. Some people want to do it all, aka like myself, and it's even more time consuming because you are doing it all. A lot of people will probably say this across the board. The people that I know that are the most efficient when it comes to creating content is content batching. Essentially, you just want to create batches of what you want to do. For example, if you are someone who is across a lot of platforms, maybe you want to do TikToks, maybe you want to do YouTube videos, maybe you want to do Instagram posts, IGTVs, or whatever. The less the better that you can really focus on. But when it comes to batching, if that's how you are, maybe a way you could batch stuff is maybe one day of the week you only do TikToks. One day of the week you only film YouTube videos. Basically, you just want to take a chunk of time, a large chunk of time, and focus on one task at hand. Is essentially what content batching is. Content batching is probably the biggest thing that has aided me in feeling a lot less overwhelmed. Like, for example, today is my content filming day. So basically, to me, what I tell myself on the inside, in my head, in my heart, is that today you focus on nothing else but filming content. And then just for some reason, mentally, that just feels a lot less heavy and a lot less overwhelming for me to just think about the fact that all I need to do today is sit down and film as much as I can in X amount of time. I try my best not to put too much pressure on myself and be in too much of a time constraint, because that's when you start sweating too much, you start getting irritated. You know, make sure you eat a snack before, keep your energy up. You want to be in as good of a mood and you want to be as present as possible. You know, you want to enjoy what you're doing. This is not the brush, honey. Find what works for you. There's no right or wrong when it comes to content batching. So the next thing would be to make a list, plan everything out. Wanting to stay on schedule and keep a promise to myself in terms of when I upload and all of that, I have to plan it out. You know, say that you were content batching, but on those days, if you want to be more efficient on the days that you are creating all your content, you have to make lists, you have to write everything out and get in as much detail as freaking possible. Like, sometimes I'll doodle things. Like, I want my video layout to look like this. I want, you know, the video order to look like this when it's edited. So that means I need to do X, Y, and Z in order to achieve these things. Because then when it comes to sitting down and filming, I just want to be able to look at this list, not have to think about all of the post editing and all of that stuff while I'm filming. Like, no, I work backwards. Basically, I know what the video I want to look like in my head, sort of, or at least some of the order of things. From there, I create a list of all the shots I need, all the, you know, B-roll that would help, all of the things like that. So that way I just go through and I check off the list. There's so many moving parts that can happen depending on the type of videos. So if you can write down all of the moving parts, all of the things you need for each moving part, and make it into bite-sized steps, your life will be a lot easier. Your heart will thank you. In that moment, all you need to be focusing on is the filming, the creating of the content. And it also just eliminates you having to go back and refilm anything, because you more than likely covered everything when you wrote it all down. If you make a list, you're least likely to forget things. Okay, so the third thing that I have on here is to set up beforehand. So on the days that, you know, you're about the setting powder, it's not the one for me. It's not. This is not the one. Nowhere in here am I like, this is the one, because it's not. Set up before you get ready. So I like to have everything laid out that I need for my videos, all the things that are basically just gonna help me in terms of filming. It just helps as well, so that way when you are just getting ready, you know, to be aesthetically however it is you like to be for your videos and all of that, your whole setup is ready for you. So that way when it's time for you to just go ahead and film, it's all done. You don't have to think about that again. Go get ready, go get cute, do your makeup, do whatever it is you need to do in order for you to get ready for your video, but have your setup already set up. Don't know where I picked that up from. I think I might have like learned that from someone else, or it might have been suggested. There's this weird added pressure when it comes to doing get ready with me's, because what if I'm ready before I'm done talking, or I'm done talking before I'm ready? Another thing that I would say to do is to honestly just go out and get some inspiration, whatever that is for you. Whether sometimes just listening to music inspires me a lot, or if I have a video idea, I will go on YouTube and kind of see if anyone's done it before, kind of see how they've done it, you know. Try not to copy, but you know, if you need to draw inspiration from outside sources, that's completely natural, and I would highly recommend it. Sometimes I actually don't want to look at other things on YouTube, just so that I can kind of do things in my own way. However, use it at your own discretion. You know when you need more inspiration versus you know when you don't want to be influenced by something. So I know I'm contradicting myself, but I feel like if you know, you know. This is how I typically do my makeup for work. I'm not going to work, but it's just a way that I do my makeup without me having to think about it. What I really like to do is film as much as I can for each platform. So this is also why I recommend going in and making a list of all the things that you need to do for that day, so that way you can plan out when you can do, you know, a TikTok versus, you know, a YouTube video or whatever, landscape versus portrait mode and all of that. Where the f did it go? I don't know. I personally don't like wig caps like this. I like the fishnet kind. So basically what I personally like to do, depending on what, you know, gadgets and gizmos aplenty that you have, but I have my regular camera. I have 2 iPhones that I also use as supplemental cameras. So sometimes when I, for example, was doing a fashion-based YouTube video, I also wanted to do a fashion-based TikTok or something that I could post on Reels. So what I would do is I would set up my camera in, you know, spot A, and then I will set up my phone in spot B, so that way I can get 2 different angles. And also I have 2 different formats for 2 different platforms, or multiple platforms. Really, YouTube's like the only one that requires landscape, so it's really hard when you're doing YouTube to any other platform really. If you don't have multiple devices, you can still film on just one in landscape, but just make sure you're far away enough that you could crop it into a portrait mode so that you could put it, you know, on a different platform. Smarter, not harder. You want to be efficient when it comes to filming, so that's why I really just say it's very important to write everything down in as much detail as possible. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut the lace off the front here. We got lace in the front. I'm gonna cut it. So the hair is really soft, I will say that. Usually I will wash a wig before I apply it, but I just wanted to do this for this video. Style it straight out the box, see how it's holding up. I am such a fan of this. It looks so good. So I would recommend using something to sort of hold this down, whether it be glue or it be, you know, gel or something. I would recommend doing that. Okay, so this is 16 inches. I am such a fan. I love the layers that are in here. I love it, I love it, I love it. Like, do I just wear this straight or do I put a curl in it? You know, I don't know. I'm gonna go put some gel on here and attempt to just have this lay down a little bit better right here. I'm back. Since it's already pretty much straight, I'm gonna straighten it. Let's continue with the video, shall we? Because I'm getting distracted. Woohoo! Another thing that's very helpful for me, this is for those of you that also edit your own content. Make sure that your computer files and like all the folders that you have with all of your content, make sure everything is organized. Having that organized is a lifesaver. I will immediately take everything off of the camera, put it on my external hard drive, and put it in folders that I know exactly what they're for. Make your life easier by knowing exactly what it is you're putting in each folder. Just make sure that you keep your files organized, because that's gonna save you a lot of time, a lot of pressure, a lot of headache when it's time to now edit all of the things that you had filmed prior. The key thing that, I don't know if you're picking up what I'm throwing down here, is to stay organized, because the more organized you are when it comes to creating content and all of that, the easier your life will be. If you know that you get overwhelmed when it comes to filming, think about the things that are overwhelming you and why are they overwhelming you? What can you do to prevent that in the future? And the last thing that I have on here, I pretty much feel like I said it already. Write everything down, but this was specifically for inspiration. Like, if you ever have an idea, no matter where you are, what you're doing, write it down. Put a note somewhere on something, in something, just write it down somewhere and then go into as much detail as possible. Because me, I come up with things in my head a lot, and then if I don't write it down, I will completely forget it. You can lie to yourself and say that you're gonna remember, but you're not gonna remember. Been there, done that a million times. Save yourself that headache, save yourself that extra unnecessary anxiety or like drama or whatever if you write it down now, and just come back to it when you can. I don't know if anyone's ever read the book Big Magic, but it's kind of the idea of how creativity is this, you know, it comes and it goes. So I have a thought, if I don't act on that thought, it's gonna leave my being and it's gonna go, and someone else is probably gonna have that thought. If you write it down, you're more than likely gonna come back to it and actually work on it. And even if you don't, whoop-de-doo, you had it written down. At least you know for a fact that it's an idea that you don't wanna do. You're fully aware of it. You know the insides and the outs, and you're like, no, still not gonna do it. That's still beautiful too. Whatever it is it takes for you to feel less overwhelmed, do that. And then that way, in my opinion, it will keep content creating a lot more fun and exciting for you, and that way you're more than likely to keep doing it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you like this wig, because I'm actually really digging it. Like, this is a look. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you found this helpful and entertaining, and/or entertaining. I don't know. Pick one, pick both. I don't know. Let me know how you feel down below. Like this video if you did enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on social media if you're feeling frisky. I will link the wig, all the things down below in terms of this wig. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one.